Winter, 1944. By this point in the war, Europe was no longer fighting for victory. It was fighting to survive. The snow came early that year. It buried roads, swallowed forests, and erased the difference between night and day. In these conditions, battles weren't loud. They were quiet, sudden, and final. A small German infantry unit moved slowly through a frozen forest. Their boots sank deep into the snow with every step. Breath fogged the air in short, controlled bursts. Among them was a young soldier. His uniform was worn, his face thin. Nothing about him stood out. Months earlier, this man should have died. Back then, the forest looked the same, white, silent, unforgiving. He had been separated from his unit during a confused skirmish. Gunfire echoed briefly, then stopped. When the smoke cleared, he was alone. Cold crept into his fingers first, then his legs, then his thoughts. When the American patrol found him, he was kneeling in the snow. His rifle lay several meters away, half buried. His hands were raised, not in surrender, but in exhaustion. The Americans surrounded him cautiously, weapons ready, eyes alert. They argued quietly. They were deep behind enemy lines. Supplies were running low. A prisoner meant delay. The German soldier looked up at them. His lips were cracked. Ice clung to his helmet. He didn't beg. He didn't speak. Finally, one of the Americans lowered his rifle. A decision was made. They waved him away. No paperwork, no escort, no second look. Just a simple command to move on. The patrol disappeared into the snowstorm, their footprints quickly erased. The German soldier remained kneeling for several seconds after they left. Then he stood. He watched the direction they had gone, not with gratitude, not with relief, but with memory. War does not forget moments like this. Weeks passed. The German soldier found his way back to friendly lines. No one asked how. No one cared. Winter deepened, and with it the war changed him. He stopped speaking unless necessary. He stopped questioning orders. He learned how snow carried sound and how it hid movement. He learned patience. By January, he was no longer just another soldier. He was reliable, calm under pressure, invisible. The first ambush came just before dawn. An American scouting group moved cautiously through the forest. Visibility was poor. Snow fell thick and heavy, perfect cover. They never saw the Germans. A single hand signal cut through the silence. Gunfire erupted from all sides. The forest exploded with sound. Snow burst upward as bullets tore through it. Men fell without understanding what was happening. When it was over, the silence returned. The German soldier stood among the bodies. Snow settled slowly on his shoulders. His rifle hung loosely in his hands. No expression crossed his face. That day, American command reported the loss as unexpected enemy contact. They would use that phrase many times. The attacks continued, always brief, always precise. Supply convoys vanished. Patrols stopped responding. Positions thought to be secure were suddenly overrun. American soldiers began whispering. They spoke of a unit that appeared without warning, a force that struck once and disappeared into the snow. They called them ghosts. At the center of this unit was the same man who had once knelt helplessly in the cold. He planned routes carefully. He chose terrain that favored silence. He waited longer than others would, and he never hesitated. In a ruined village, American troops attempted to establish a defensive line. The buildings were shattered, the streets filled with snow. They believed the weather would protect them. They were wrong.
The Germans attacked from 3 directions. Shots echoed between collapsed walls. Snow turned dark, then white again as fresh flakes fell. When the storm cleared, the village was empty. No Germans, no resistance, only bodies and questions. American command grew uneasy. Maps were redrawn, routes altered, orders rewritten. Still, the attacks continued. During one night operation, a German sniper fired from a church tower. 1 shot, 1 life. The spared soldier watched calmly as the convoy collapsed into chaos. Then he ordered a withdrawal. No pursuit, no celebration, just efficiency. But war has a way of folding the past back onto itself. After one engagement, German troops captured several Americans. They were marched slowly through the snow. Among them was an officer. As the column moved, the officer looked up and froze. He recognized the man walking beside the German unit. The face was thinner now, harder, but unmistakable. For a brief moment, the German soldier met his eyes. Neither spoke. Snow fell between them like a curtain. That night, the German soldier sat alone under dim light. He removed his gloves. His hands trembled, not from cold. He took out a piece of paper and began to write. The words were never recorded. The letter was never found.